In this video, I'm showing you how my free comic book day went and what I took home. What's up, guys? BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. This channel is about comic books, so if you like comics like I do, consider subscribing. Now, today, I'm finally giving you my recap of Free Comic Book Day 2022 at Ultimate Comics. Now, Ultimate Comics, they are my LCS and they're the sponsor of this video. They've got 4 locations in the Raleigh area, and all of them participated in Free Comic Book Day this year. It was super dope. Like, I kind of wish I had gone like store hopping. At the Cary store, they had a huge tent filled with back issues. At the Crabtree Mall's location, they had a freaking Transformer. Like, some dude in a Transformers cosplay, but it wasn't just like, you know, when you hear cosplay, you think, all right, some dude has some cardboard boxes. No, this dude was like an 8-foot tall Transformer, and I'm really mad I didn't see that in person. That's crazy. But anyway, at every Ultimate Comics location, you get amazing customer service. You get a well-stocked and clean and organized store, and you get staff members that care about comics and care about you. So if you're ever in this area, stop by one of their 4 locations and tell them I sent you. Thanks Ultimate Comics for sponsoring this video. Now, I've got to tell you, Free Comic Book Day was absolutely awesome. If you missed my preview where I explained Free Comic Book Day, I'll kind of recap it here. Free Comic Book Day is basically a retail holiday for the comic book direct market. So basically, all those standalone comic shops. It's not like Barnes & Noble that also sells comics. But no, like if you have a comic shop in your area, chances are they have a distribution account with Diamond, who is the largest, or still the largest comic book distributor in the country. And so a while back, they started this retail holiday called Free Comic Book Day. It actually started in like a local shop in California, became a big hit, and now it's like an industry-wide thing. Publishers actually designate books every year that will be offered for free. And it's a really cool thing. Like a lot of the big publishers like Marvel and DC, they will actually put like previews of their upcoming summer events in the Free Comic Book Day books, and it's always a good time. So Free Comic Book Day brings out all the people because, you know, who doesn't want free comics? And so a lot of local shops, what they'll do is they will discount other items in their store, try to get you interested in comics, because chances are, if you're finding out about comics for the first time, it's around Free Comic Book Day. So this year at Ultimate Comics was the first big Free Comic Book Day since the pandemic, and coincidentally, the first real comic book or Free Comic Book Day since I got into comics 3 years ago. I got into comics on Free Comic Book Day 2019. It was Star Wars Day, so I remember it well. And I just took my daughter out on a whim because she was into art and I heard they were going to have live artists there. And so we went to the comic shop, and somehow I'm the one that ended up with a comic book addiction. But anyway, 3 years ago, we started it all. So I was very excited for the first big Free Comic Book Day in basically 3 years. And so I made it a goal. I was like, all right, I'm going to go to Ultimate Comics Raleigh. I'm going to hang out all day, get some great footage, but I got to be the first one in line. So the store opened at 10, and I was like, all right, I'm going to be there early. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I got up there right as Dan, the owner of Ultimate Comics Raleigh, or one of the owners, was giving a speech detailing the rules of the day. Take a look.
So, we'll hand you a door prize. In addition, we hope you enjoy it. It's just a trade or something to say thank you for coming out. We have a couple deals going on today. Our white back issue boxes are all $3 a piece. It might say $4, it might say $10 on the comic, but it's only $3 for the first 2 hours. Come back after 12, it's only going to be $2. Come back after 2, everything in the white boxes will be $1. When I say everything, I mean, please don't pick up something that's $40 and try to put it in a white box. It's funny the first time someone does it today. After that, I stick Wanda on them. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Please enjoy. Other than that, it's Free Comic Book Day, so have a good time.
So Dan gives his speech, and it is off to the races. As you could see, the line was kind of crazy. Like, there was a lot of people, and the line just kept going in waves. Like, it would be a huge line, then it would die down, and then all of a sudden I go outside and it's long again. And then inside the store, it was packed. And when I say packed, It was packed. I've never had to like kind of tuck my shoulders in to be able to get by people. That was crazy. And so I was there, I hung out, got to see all the cool things going on. Now at Ultimate Comics, they had a sale at all three stores for back issues. So all of their back issues were $3 at the open of the store. And so from 10 to noon, any back issue you found was $3. From noon to 2 p.m., any back issue you found was $2. And from 2 p.m. on, any back issue you could find was just $1. And that was pretty much everything in the store except the rare and exclusive books. But they did have a couple of boxes of variant covers that were actually $5 each. And let me tell you, that box is where the steals were. That $5 variant box, I wish more people had seen it. Then again, maybe I wouldn't be able to get some of the goodies I got if they did. But anyway, that box was a hit. So anyway, so you've got a pack store, you've got these super great deals going on, but they also teamed up with The Variant, which is a local collective of cosplayers, to bring cosplayers into the store. So we had appearances from the Scarlet Witch, we had Guy Gardner, we had the Peacemaker and Eagly, and there was even a Ghostbuster. And my bad, I'm not familiar with the Ghostbusters. It's like just slightly ahead of my time. But either way, that was an awesome cosplay. He had like the gun, and he had a lot going on with the Ghostbusters. But anyway, so it was really cool. So there were a lot of kids there. There's always a lot of kids at Free Comic Book Day. But the kids got to take pictures with the cosplayers of their choice, and that was probably my favorite part of the day. Just seeing the joy on these kids' faces, getting to take pictures with these heroes that they love, and I think that's my favorite part of Free Comic Book Day in general. I mean, I'm the so-called Wednesday warrior. I'm at the comic shop at least twice a week, and I never see kids in the comic shop. It's super rare. And when they do, a lot of times the parents are like, "Oh no, Billy, don't touch that. Don't mess with it." And they might leave with the book, they might not. But on Free Comic Book Day, you just see the joy in these kids' faces. And so bringing the cosplayers to give them just that much of a deeper experience, I think was super cool. Now, one thing that Ultimate Comics did was they kind of flipped their store a little bit. So they've got these feature racks by the register where normally those would just be like the hot variants from this week of releases. Well, they flipped that and it was a bunch of trade paperbacks. So stories, collected editions featuring some of the more popular stories in comics that are all great for beginners. So you could end up with Kingdom Come, or you could end up with, I don't know, Batman, Superman Volume 1, and Superman Birthright, all these stories like that, to where if you are just becoming a fan of comics, like, it hooks you. It hooks you. I thought that was a really smart use of the space. And like I said, in that store, it was packed all day long. But there was one more surprise. One more surprise that I didn't know was going to happen. But, Free Comic Book Day, you got a lot of people in the store. You're going to need some extra hands. Well, Ultimate Comics actually brought back some older staff members to help out for the day. So I got to see my homie Andrew, who used to work there on Sundays when I would come in, and my homie Amanda, who is actually the whole reason I have a pull list. Because when I first got into comics, I would kind of just go in the store, and she kind of explained to me how everything worked. Like, oh no, you have a pull list, you subscribe, and that's how you end up with the books that you want. They'll just have them behind the register for you. So it was a cool little family reunion. I really enjoyed that. But as always, Dan and Casey were amazing as well. Unfortunately, my man Trevor couldn't be there because family stuff. But it was all in all, it was a great time. I very much enjoyed myself. Now, I got to show you what I got because I feel like I made out like a bandit on Free Comic Book Day this year. So all in all, there were like 50 titles that came out for Free Comic Book Day this year. And, I didn't get every single book, but I'll show off a few of my favorites, right? So here was the surprise hit, the one that I thought I did not know I was going to like as much as I did. This is Max Meow Cat on the Street. It's a comic book kind of in like the Dog Man or, Captain Underpants sort of vein of stories. It's not by the same person. Even though it does look similar. But it's just a fun adventure. And it's basically a preview of some graphic novels that already exist. So I'm probably going to buy my daughter the Max Meow graphic novel, Cat on the Street. So that's one that I grabbed. And on the same lines, this one I didn't read, but my daughter did. This was the DC League of Super Pets. She says she loved it. This was her favorite. And which is great because there's a Super Pets movie coming out later this year. So that's dope. Um, this one, I just thumbed through. This is the Marvel Voices. It's basically a compilation of a bunch of different Marvel Voices stories. I'm not sure if these appeared in the individual Marvel Voices issues already, but Marvel Voices is basically like a line of books that they do featuring characters in minority communities as well as creators from those minority communities telling, important stories. So that was really cool. I enjoyed it. The story I think I enjoyed the most, it was a Brother Voodoo story. But that was cool. Also, the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur story in here was great. And then we get to the heavy hitters. So this year's Free Comic Book Day, Spider-Man and Venom. This actually was like important to the story of everything that's going on in Spider-Man right now. So you got a little preview of what's to come and what happened to a certain spider clone. And I'll leave that in the way I said it right there. With art by John Romita Jr. That was really cool. And then you got this Venom story featuring more of the Eddie and Dylan Brock saga. And that's pretty cool too. So definitely got me excited about the things that are coming out of the Spider-Man office, which was the whole point. And then we got, okay, here's one that I really love. This one got me like super excited about the Turtles. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Free Comic Book Day 2022 issue. And it's got a whole 10-page homage to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but there are some changes made, and I won't spoil the changes. But after that story, you also get a reprint of the Mirage Studios 1984 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. And that was cool. That was like, I didn't know they were going to do that. And that really just made my day. But this is all a preview of an event that's coming up called the Armageddon War, if I'm not mistaken. And let me tell you, this is as excited as I've been about the Turtles since the last Ronin came out. So there's that. And then we had the Avengers X-Men Eternals Judgment Day book. So in this one, you've got the Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals story. You've got a story featuring a brand new character that I won't spoil. And then you get like a little preview of the Hellfire Gala and what's going on in the world of the X-Men. And let me tell you, it's some exciting things going on. So now I'm excited for the Hellfire Gala in ways that I wouldn't have been if I hadn't read this book. So the Free Comic Book Day Avengers, X-Men, Avengers, or Eternals book, dope, super dope. And then the book that I was probably most hyped for ahead of time and still loved was the Dark Crisis special edition. So that was really fly. Basically, this is the next chapter right after the events of Justice League 75. This kind of gives some of the immediate aftermath and starts raising questions. We start to see the direction that this whole event is going to take. Because basically, up through the end of the year, we're going to be having Dark Crisis, and eventually, the DC universe is going to have a new status quo. So if you're not reading everything Joshua Williamson's writing, pick this up. Pick this up. They're going to reprint part of it in a Justice League 75 second printing coming soon. So if you missed this, just hold tight or see if you can find one at your local comic shop. As a matter of fact, comment on this video if you missed Free Comic Book Day, and I don't know, we might be able to point you in the right direction. So anyway, that's really cool. The Dark Crisis book. So those were the free comic books that I got that I was super excited about. But let me show you what I got in the sales. All right. So as you know, the back issues after 2 p.m. were $1. So I was like, all right. I kind of kept my eye on the bins. I was like, all right, let me not, be rude and take stuff ahead of time. But once 2 o'clock hit, I was like, all right, let me go see what I can find. And you guys know my run of Detective Comics started at issue like 1008. It was a Joker storyline. But I'm trying to backfill up to issue 1000. So I got these two that I needed. This was Detective Comics number 1006 by Peter Tomasi. And this one's got art by Kyle Hotz, which Kyle Hotz on the Spectre, that's amazing. That's That's going to be good. So I got 1006 and 1007, which are 2 parts of this Spectre storyline. I gotta say, this kind of makes me miss the old Detective Comics when it was Peter Tomasi. It was just short arcs, in and out stories with Batman being a detective and solving the problem of the week. Um, it sounds super simple, but I just love that about comic books. I loved it. But anyway, Peter Tomasi Detective Comics, 2 issues that I haven't read and I did need for the personal collection. So I grabbed those for $1 each. That was such a steal. I got those. And then let's talk about these variants that I got. So in the $5 variant box, I got 2 books. First was Black Panther issue number 2. This is the Joshua Swaby Black History Month variant. Gotta love that. Was this Black History Month? Either way, Swaby was doing all these history or Black History Month variants. I'm not sure if this came out in February, so that might be why it doesn't have that title. But either way, super cool. I always love when the Black Panther is pictured with Panthers. Like, call me a sucker, but I like it. So Black Panther number 2, marked down from $20 down to $5. Gotta love that. I'll do that any day of the week. And then this one. This is the book that I was surprised to see in the $5 variant box. This is X-Men number 1. This is the Patrick Gleason variant. I believe this was like a 1 in 50, but this was a Patrick Gleason variant modeled after the old school Marvel corner boxes with the new X-Men team. So you got Sync and you got, who's the Lion Kid? I think that's Polaris. But yeah, you got everybody, the whole new X-Men team with the nice little trade dress there. Gotta love that. So I grabbed that for $40, and this was marked down from $40. I got it for $5, and it was marked down from $59.99. This was the steal of the day, and if I'm honest, I probably should have gotten 2. I love this cover so much. So that was everything that I got on Free Comic Book Day. But, you know, Free Comic Book Day, they also do like these rare and exclusive variants. I don't know when it started. I first noticed it last year with DC Comics doing these foil variants. But they did it again for Dark Crisis. So this is I think it ends up being like a 1 in 10. 1 in 10 foil variant for a Free Comic Book Day book. But it's no trade dress and it's all shiny and metallic. I love this, so I grabbed one of these as well. Very, very cool. So I'm excited about it. All in all, my Free Comic Book Day was a huge success, and I gotta say thanks to all the folks at Ultimate Comics for making it such a great event, pulling out all the stops, for promoting it so widely. It was an awesome day. It was a great day. And I'm gonna leave you with this cool moment from Guy Gardner.
Well, how did it feel getting punched by Batman?
You know, broken nose for a couple days. Luckily, the JLI, fitted the bill. Some Wayne Peck guy, I don't really talk to him. But, you know what? Could have been worse. I mean, a little bit more dignity if Superman did it. You know, at least a little more powered up. You know, some guy, does something instead of some weirdo in a bat suit. What are you gonna do? That's right. You know,
I mean, at least it wasn't Will Smith, right?
All I'll say is closed fist, open hand. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
So that's going to do it for me. I hope you saw something you liked in this video. If not, hey, that's cool. You can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy. And be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.